You are now entering another dimension. A dimension not only of sight and sound, but of critical thinking. A journey to a wondrous land with boundaries that of clarification. Your next stop, the Sanity Zone.
All right, man.
Overweight doubles in the house. The house. Overweight doubles in the house. The house. Overweight doubles in the house. Doubles in the house. Doubles in the house.
All right, man.
So you're a philosopher?
Yes. 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 I think very deeply. I think very deeply. I think very deeply. I think very deeply.
In about 4 seconds, a teacher will begin to speak.
I think very deeply.
I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not gonna take this anymore!
All right. You're listening to Breaking News, absolutely breaking the news with Harry, a.k.a. The Brave, on WNHH LP 103.5 FM, your home for community radio. What's up, everybody? Happy Monday. Happy Monday. You gotta love these Mondays, right? You get the weekend to, take in whatever else Trump has done, right? I love it because you have the Democrats going crazy about something, right? So this weekend, what happened this weekend? I mean, the Homeland Security Secretary got fired. No biggie, right? No biggie. And then before I came on the show, we had a little breaking news here. Trump is firing the head of the Secret Service. So he's on a firing spree right now. Yep, Trump is removing U.S. Secret Service Director. He's on a firing spree. I've been waiting for him to get around to his "you're fired," right? I've been waiting for that. Because all you've heard is that Trump doesn't like to fire anyone face to face. But he seemed to love it on his show, right? The Apprentice. So I guess this time he's actually he fired the Homeland Security Secretary. I forgot her name. Kirsten Nielsen. I have Tom Breen right beside me, so the encyclopedia here. So he fired her face to face, supposedly, or he called her in and she resigned. Which one you think happened? Fired or resigned?
She technically resigned.
She technically resigned, but I think he fired her. Or he told her, look, you're just not up for the job. Because I really do think Trump doesn't like confrontation, right? Right. Right. Sessions resigned. Comey resigned while he was in California, I think, right? Or something. Yeah, so Comey, actually somebody had to find Comey to tell him, oh, he was in the middle of actually giving some FBI conference, and they had to tell him, you've been fired. So he had to finish up and everything. He was like, what? I've been fired. And they were like, they turned on the television in the room and everything. It's like crazy. It's insane. But I love it. It keeps you on your toes. Trump keeps you on your toes. I read a couple of comments where people are saying, oh, it's chaos. Oh my God. He's firing everybody. But that's not chaos. Actually, it's kind of normal for presidents to go through a lot of staff. People don't stay in their jobs long at the White House. The difference is that when you have basically the media giving you the perception of chaos, right? So you're thinking, oh my God, the president's going crazy, right? Because the media's been telling you this guy's crazy. Wait for it. He's going to do something crazy. Next thing you know, he's gonna press the button, right? He's gonna press that button and just launch all the nukes. Everybody went, "Oh my God, is that really gonna happen?" Because they really think he's that crazy, right? So it's interesting that people are so afraid of what this president is doing. Never mind that we have like the lowest unemployment in like 60 years. We have 3.8 unemployment. We have actually, you could technically say we're the safest we've been, right? So we have no ISIS, which Obama called the JV team. Obama actually helped create ISIS, right? Because he called it a JV team. The military people wanted to do something about it. He said, they're a JV team. Don't worry about it. ISIS formed the caliphate, which now Trump has destroyed, right? Not that he's killed terrorism, but he's actually taken the caliphate away from ISIS, right? So not that Al-Qaeda is gone, not that ISIS is gone. Roaches are always going to be around, right? You can't kill all the roaches. Even when you think you've gotten all the roaches, there's something hiding in the cupboard. So there's a roach somewhere hiding that you didn't get, right? And that's what the terrorists are. But so we're safer. No caliphate over there in Syria and Iraq, right? North Korea is not throwing bombs on top of Japan anymore, right? North Korea isn't firing shots at South Korea just for fun. You know, so we're safer under Trump. It seems a little chaotic on the home front just because the media is telling you it's chaotic, right? They never tell you what's going on. Like Bill Clinton had a lot of crises. He had Bosnia. Everything was going crazy under Bill Clinton, but the media was with Bill Clinton, right? Look at Obama, Benghazi. What's that other Fast and Furious where he was running guns into Mexico and Mexican kids and people got killed with guns that our Justice Department was running through the Obama administration to Mexico, right? Nobody cared about that stuff. Nobody was going, "Oh my God, this is so chaotic. Obama doesn't know what he's doing. He's only ever been a community organizer," right? Nobody did that with Obama. Now you have Pete Buttigieg. I think I pretty close, right? Pete Buttigieg. You know, saying, I like Pete Buttigieg, by the way. Like I said, he's like a sane guy explaining the insane, right? So he's like so easy to listen to. He seems like a friend to everybody, and I think that's a unique quality to have, to feel. They always ask, you know, or they always say that the person who gets the nomination is usually the person America sees having a beer with, right? So people saw themselves having a beer with Obama. I don't think nobody saw themselves having a beer with Trump. So I don't get the the analogy there, but I don't get that one because first off, Trump doesn't drink, and who really wants to sit down and have a beer with Trump? Nobody, really nobody. Not even I want to sit down and have anything with Trump, right? But if I need a job done, if I need to get a message, you know, a message actually go across the nation and people understand it. It's like when Trump said, "I'm going to bomb the out of them," when he was talking about ISIS. People said, "Oh my God, he's saying he's going to bomb everybody." When Trump said, "I'm going to kill the terrorists and their families," everybody said, "Oh my God, Trump is going to kill terrorist families." And everybody was just like, "Oh my God, America doesn't talk like that. America this. And now we have no ISIS. That's the key thing. Forget about how he says things. Because you think when Obama was dropping drones on everybody, that he wasn't killing women and children? Do you think the media cared? No. Trump didn't do anything different than Obama except you had to multiply the bombing by 25, right? So Obama was sprinkling bombs on ISIS, right, hoping to contain it. Trump said, I'm going to get rid of ISIS. I'm going to take away their territory. So he dropped more bombs. So when he said, I'm going to bomb the out of them, he meant it, right? And it sounded crazy because he said, you know, because I remember Obama they used to make judgments on bombing people in the territory ISIS had, whether there were families gathered or, you know, so it was like they even made a decision not to bomb an oil tanker because it would harm the environment. That's the way they were making decisions under Obama. We're not going to bomb that little commune over there of terrorists because they have an oil tanker and that smoke is going to harm the air. See, Trump got rid of all of that ridiculousness. And he just has a clear message. A little crazy. But you know what he says he means. He means what he says, or whatever the saying is. But that's the difference between the chaos. It's controlled chaos with Trump. Obama just had chaos. But everybody loved him. Would you rather like your president, or would you rather have a productive president? That's the question you have to ask yourself, right? It's like when Obama said, how is Trump going to get back manufacturing? And the New York Post has an article, which I didn't pull up. I should have pulled it up. But the New York Post has an article today where it says, you know, Trump has brought back 500,000 manufacturing jobs. He's creating jobs in different industries. He's all over the place. And the plan is to bring back more than 1 million manufacturing jobs in the next year, right? But Obama said, what does he have, a magic wand? How is he going to bring these jobs back? Obama didn't believe him because Obama didn't know how to do it himself. He didn't know how to bring these jobs back because all Obama knew is how to put regulations that actually restricted business. So businesses were hiring less, making less money. So when he was thinking of how Trump is going to do it, and what Trump did was simple. He got rid of Obama regulations. He's gotten rid of millions of regulations, Obama and before Obama regulations. That's the difference. Trump, there's no magic wand. All he's doing is making it easier for business to do business. All right. I haven't gotten to an article yet. I know that. And I'm running late. I'm going to play a little music and I'll be right back. You're listening to Breaking News, absolutely breaking the news with Harry, a.k.a. The Brave, on WNHHLP 103.5 FM, your home for community radio.
20s, 50s, 100s, 100.
Yeah. So, chop it up, wet words. Money still coming through the network. Prime time, gotta watch me. Put money on your head like DBS.
I do my thing, man.
DBS.
I do my thing, man.
DBS.
I do my thing, man.
DBS. Put money on your head like DBS.
I do my thing, man.
DBS.
I do my thing, man.
DBS.
I do my thing, man.
DBS. Put money on your head like DBS.
Got the phone call, everything's a go. She begging me to stay, but I need to go. On the other side, brothers got it cracking. Little dice game, but a lot of trapping. Made a quick stop at the corner store. My homie got a Dutch, but I needed more. Smell it in the air when I'm whipping. I'm like Bobby Flay in the kitchen. Still don't nothing move but the money. Get to work, wrap it up like a mummy. Ship it out of town like I'm FedEx. I go hard for the money, give me credit.
Paper route got the Brisbane neck. I need it up front, no disrespect. $1 million man, Ted DiBiase. Look around there, one of y'all try to shop. Chop it up, wet work. Money still coming through the network. Prime time, gotta watch me. Put money on your head like DBS.
I do my thing, man.
DBS.
I do my thing, man.
DBS.
I do my thing, man.
DBS. Put money on your head like DBS.
I do my thing, man.
DBS.
I do my thing, man.
DBS.
I do
Jewish lawyer on retainer. So any sudden move, I'ma bang you. Headed out of town and I got it with me. It's cop and go, baby, gotta do this quickly. See me in the bar celebrating. My whole team around delegating. Running round base like I'm Major League. I got a great pitch with enormous speed. Setting up shop in the city. 100 grand on the table looking pretty. Money counter sounding like a phone call. A bad boy puffing loud, call me Diddy.
Paper route got the Brisbane neck. I need it up front, no disrespect. $1 million man, Ted DiBiase. Look around there, one of y'all try to stop me. Chop it up, wet work. Money still coming through the network. Time, gotta watch me. Put money on your head like DiBiase.
I do my thing, man. Do my thing, man.
DiBiase.
I do my thing, man.
DiBiase.
I do my thing, man.
DiBiase. Put money on your head like DiBiase.
All right, you're listening to breaking news, absolutely breaking the news. I had to restart my Facebook stream for anybody out there. If the Facebook cut out on you, is because I had to restart it. So you're listening to breaking news on WNHH-LP 103.5 FM, your home for community radio. I'm gonna go to a quick video, and we'll discuss it afterwards.
Border Patrol under President Obama, and you were essentially fired by President Trump, asked to resign within a few days after the inauguration. You have not spoken publicly since that day, and now you are here at the Law and Crime Network. Breaking your silence, I want to start to ask you, what do you have to say? You stand on things that will surprise a lot of people.
Yes, Brian, and I have broke my silence for very specific reasons. So it is true that the current administration decided to go in a different direction after the president was inaugurated. And since then, I have remained silent. Initially, I thought to do so would really only serve certain political ideologies to use my talking points then to further serve their own agenda. And I didn't want to negatively impact the mission of the Border Patrol and the brave men and women who are risking their lives every day to protect this nation's borders. But as time went by, I saw the amount of rhetoric, the misinterpretation of facts, the manipulation of facts, and quite often just outright lies that have been told about all things related to border security. And so I finally, the last straw for me was when President Trump attended the national press conference along with the president of the Border Patrol Council, Brandon Judd. And they got up, and it resonated with me, Brian. You know, Brandon got up and he said something that was very succinct and very true. The wall works. And at that moment, I said, I can't remain silent anymore. Even though the president, the current administration is the one that removed me, I'm here today breaking my silence to tell American people that the president is correct in what he's doing. The wall works 100%. And I'm here today to support his efforts and what he's doing to get what he needs to improve border security for this great nation.
And my volume was down. Here we go. All right. You're listening to breaking news, by the way, on WNHH-LP 103.5 FM. All right. You heard it straight from the mouth of Mark Morgan, former Obama Border Patrol chief. All right. Walls work. Right. And he said he came out because he couldn't take it anymore. All these lies, you know, and he's not just him. You had another, the former Obama DHS secretary, Jeb, what is it? Geez. I have the article coming up, but So you have two former Obama officials who actually took care of the border, telling you it's a crisis and that walls work. And they know because they actually were in charge of taking care of these people on the border, taking care of the Border Patrol agents. And it's becoming dangerous for these Border Patrol agents. And everybody's worried about the immigrants coming through the border. Everybody's just worried about the immigrants. Never mind that you have cartels running drugs through the border and taking shots at our border agents. So you haven't, like I said, Mark Morgan actually gave you a bit of truth there. And all you hear, and I hear this, I constantly hear it from Democrats. It's a crisis that Trump has created himself. No, this is a real crisis. This is a humanitarian crisis. And I always wonder whether Democrats actually believe what they're saying, right? Because you have kids being sex trafficked at the border. So you have these Border Patrol agents actually saving these kids from sex traffickers. And when the sex traffickers come in, the cartel, the coyote, the sex traffickers, whatever it may be, they come in with them. They're not necessarily their parents, but the Democrats want us to believe that whoever's bringing a child is the parent. And if you ask them for proof, the Democrats get upset by that. And if they don't have any proof and 20 days passes, you can't hold a child more than 20 days. The court system has said that. So in 20 days, they want you to give them to that adult that came with the child, even though there's no proof that adult is their parent. It's insane. And I understand the politics of it. They don't want to give Trump a win. And they hate Trump. The Democrats are more motivated by their hate for Trump. They really hate Trump. So in their hatred for Trump, they're willing to sacrifice these children and the women who are being sex trafficked through the border. You have Border Patrol and ICE raiding these houses full of children and women who are basically enslaved. And the Democrats say that's not a crisis. That's a manufactured crisis, according to the Democrats. And they want you to believe that they have the moral high ground? I don't understand it. I really don't understand it. All right, I'm going to take another quick break, and I'll be right back. You're listening to Breaking News with Harry, a.k.a. The Brave, on WNHH LP 103.5 FM.
She called me Big Daddy, Big Papa, Mr. Big Shot. Drop her off and treat it like a pit stop. OMG, ain't no guessing, I need big guap. Yanking in the club, check out the drip drop. Boss, she go to work, tip top. Love the way she move that body, wine, y'all. Freaky, let's get it, won't love her. No Kiki, still she bound to bust it open. Almost every time she see me, let me drown. It get wavy in your waters, yeah. You do it right, I just might call you back. She say it's better with no strings attached, yeah. Lil' shorty smart, she only speaking fact. I got the juice, I got the sauce, I got the swagger. You got some, then I got some, but I know my is better. I'm on the south side, little north, what's happening? I like bad, who get 100 likes with no captions, yeah.
Awesome, she go to work, tip top. Love the way she move that body, wine, yo. I'm awesome, she go to work, tip top. Love the way she move that body, wine, yo.
Pull up, wreck, we full, yeah. No hands, love, that. Yeah, lil' mama could work it. You know what you got. We link up the slide, but don't forget the top. OMG, now make it bounce. She don't like to miss a beat. It gotta count. She just push it. You got it. Look it. Too much cake for my health. Yet I love when she cooking. Shorty colder than ice. You should see when she melt. You should lower the belt. Focus set in the mood. When she want it, she get it. There ain't nothing to prove. When she want it, she get it.
There ain't nothing to prove.
I got the juice, I got the sauce, I got the swagger. You got some and I got some, but I know my is better. I'm on the south side, little north, what's happening? I like bad, who get 100 likes with no captions, yeah.
I'm awesome, she go to work, tip top. Love the way she move that body, wine, yo. I'm awesome, she go to work, tip top, tip top. Love the way she move that body, wine, y'all. She go to work, tip top, tip top. Love the way she move that body, wine, y'all.
All right. You're listening to Breaking News with Harry, aka The Brave. Sorry about that. It's a little disorganized. Was training star reporter Tom Breen, to be my backup here. So things are a little bit chaotic, which is why I also had to restart the Facebook page. I forgot to label it Breaking News, but hopefully I didn't lose too much of my audience. But stick with me. All right, so let's move on to some headlines here. And this is a good headline, an interesting headline, because I was saying the last show, and I'm constantly laughing. This morning I was laughing because a Democrat came in and he tells me, so we finally got Trump against the wall. Now, keep in mind, this Democrat has been telling me this for the last 3 years. They got Trump against the wall, right? And their wall's name was Mueller, right? So their wall's name is Robert Mueller. Hold on, let me switch to the screen so you can see my cool new hat here, or my buttons, right? It's Mueller time. It's Mueller time. So anyway, so their wall, the Democrats' wall, not to be confused with Trump's wall. The Democrats' wall was Robert Mueller, right? And he was going to be the one thing to stop Trump, right? And now we have Robert Mueller coming out and saying, well, in his report, saying no collusion and no proof of obstruction. Now, in America, when you have no proof of something, you have to go with innocent until proven guilty, right? So if they were not able to prove obstruction, you have to, as an American, say he did not obstruct. He's not guilty of that, right? So anyway, those were Mueller's conclusions, right? And now you have the Democrats going crazy. And I laughed. Like I said, the guy told me this morning, we have Trump finally against the wall. And I'm like, what? How? What wall is that? You no longer have Robert Mueller to be your fake wall, right? And they're like, whoa, but Attorney General Barr obstructed justice. I'm like, oh, wait a minute. So now you have Trump because you think the Attorney General obstructed justice? That would be, first off, to actually think that Bill Barr, the Attorney General, who's respected, a respected Attorney General, he served under many presidents, that this guy is going to obstruct justice for Trump. You have to be insane. But let's just say he did obstruct justice. Let's play. I like to play the same games the Democrats play, right? If this is true, if that's true, like if the dossier is true, then Trump's in big trouble. Oh, if Trump fired Comey to stop the investigation, he's in big trouble. If Trump fires Mueller, he's in big trouble. If Trump, that's all the Democrats have. If Trump, but let's play the game. Let's play the same game with the Democrats, right? If Bill Barr, if the Attorney General Barr obstructed justice, how is that Trump's fault? If Attorney General Barr obstructed justice, wouldn't it be the same as James Comey obstructing justice for Hillary Clinton? Wouldn't it be the same thing? Wouldn't James Comey deciding that Hillary had done nothing without ever interviewing Hillary Wouldn't that be obstruction of justice? Wouldn't them writing her exoneration letter 6 months before they decided? Wouldn't that be obstruction of justice? Wouldn't Loretta Lynch telling Lisa Page and Peter Strzok that this was going nowhere? Wouldn't that be obstruction? Wouldn't Loretta Lynch telling Comey to just call it a matter? Wouldn't that be obstruction? But let's play if, right? If Bill Barr decided that the way he read Robert Mueller's report is no collusion, no obstruction, how is that obstruction but what Comey, Peter Strzok, Lisa Page, Andrew McCabe, Brenner, Clapper, Susan Rice, what all of them did? How is that not obstruction? I'm just saying. You guys have to explain to me the rules. Because you want to create rules and then not apply it to yourself. When you create rules, shouldn't you first apply them to yourself? And if you don't, you're a hypocrite and you shouldn't be making the rules. All right, let's go. Let's go to the article. This is from the New York Post. Michael Goodwin is the author, right? One truthful Democrat emerges to call out party's delusions. It's a little bit delusional, right? First is, the dossier. The dossier is true. Everything in the dossier is true. Then is, we didn't use the dossier to get the FISA warrants. Yeah, you guys are moving the goalposts every single time, and it's only for the reason that you hate Trump. Okay, Bob Curry, the former Nebraska senator and governor, was always one of my favorite politicians, in part because his politics weren't perfectly polished. Among other freewheeling moments, he called fellow Democrat Bill Clinton an uncommonly good liar and said a requirement for becoming president is that you must want it more than life itself. Kerry moved on to academia and now to an investment bank, but hasn't lost the willingness to break ranks with his party. The habit surfaces in a withering criticism of current Democrats, in which he says they are suffering from two major delusions. The first, he writes in an op-ed in the Omaha World Herald, is that Americans long for a president who will ask us to pay more for the pleasure of increasing the role of the federal government in our lives. That is a delusion the Democrats keep pushing, right? They think America wants the Green New Deal. They think America wants bigger government. They think America wants the government telling us what to do, how to breathe, how to enjoy life, how to do everything. That is, he got that right on. That is delusion number one, right? He cites as examples the foolish push for the Green New Deal, wealth taxes, the Medicare for all of which are being embraced by the 2020 candidates on the Democrat side, the loons. The damn second delusion, he says, is that Americans were robbed of the truth when Special Prosecutor Robert Mueller and Attorney General William Barr concluded that President Trump did not collude with Russia in 2016. He goes on to say there is no reason to think the full report will change the findings that Trump is an innocent man. Now, here's my problem with that report. Well, here's the problem. My problem with Democrats on the report, right? If you remember when Comey came out and he said Hillary was guilty on all counts, but we're not charging her with anything because she was just stupid. She was ignorant. She was ignorant to everything she did, was what Comey actually said, right? That's how he got Hillary off. That's how he didn't charge Hillary, even though the law doesn't require intent. But anyway, the Democrats went crazy, right? They went crazy because it's against FBI regulations if you're not charging somebody with something to actually come out and say the dirt on the person. So you don't say you're not charging them, but you feel they're guilty. You don't do that. It's against FBI regulations. And the Democrats were going crazy because Comey did that. And now they're going crazy because Bill Barr won't do that, because the Attorney General won't do that. See the hypocrisy? Let me tell you, if they found Trump did not collude, did not obstruct, then they don't need to give you the underlying evidence of anything, because there's no evidence of any crime. So they shouldn't come out and say, oh, Trump didn't collude, but he had an affair. Oh, Trump didn't collude, but he may have cheated on his taxes. Oh, Trump didn't collude, but this, but that, but that. That would be only for the benefit of politics. And the FBI isn't into politics. At least that's what we're told, right? That's what Jim Comey told us. That's what McCabe told us. That's what all of these people said. Oh, our personal feelings towards Trump don't matter. Our personal feelings don't matter. And the Democrats told us that FBI agents, even though they hated Trump, that they were able to separate their hate for Trump and their jobs. But now they're telling us that the Attorney General isn't able to separate his feelings. So the Attorney General isn't able to separate the law and his feelings? This is the thing that is just ridiculous, and they need to get over their delusions. So, let me continue reading. Those are remarkable observations, but Kerry isn't finished. He also supports the movement to find out what the FBI was up to in 2016 and why it led the nation down the Russia rabbit hole. Because look, the only evidence of collusion that they've actually shown us, the only evidence of collusion is that somebody bought a dossier that was full of Russian intel, full of Russian people who got the intel for whoever purchased that dossier. And that dossier, it turns out, was purchased by Hillary Clinton. So, if there was any real collusion, because people try to say, well, Donald Trump Jr. met with a lawyer. Oh, he met with a lawyer in his office who offered him dirt on Hillary. Well, one, he didn't get any dirt on Hillary. He didn't pay for any dirt on Hillary, like Hillary paid for dirt on Trump. And three, he never got anything from, they didn't collude, they didn't conspire to do anything. He heard her, she left. And by the way, that lawyer that he met with was in collusion herself with Fusion GPS, the same firm hired by Hillary Clinton. So you try to figure that out. Just saying. So he says Congress needs to investigate how the Department of Justice got this one so wrong. He writes, if the President of the United States is vulnerable to prosecutorial abuse, then God help all the rest of us. And it's true. If you could harass the president with trying to find a crime, because that's what they did. They didn't harass him with the crime he committed. They were continuously looking for a crime he had committed. So even now, the Democrats want to have his taxes. They want to look into his family history. They want to look into everything. They are in search of a crime. So Mueller wasn't able to pin collusion on him or obstruction on him, but the Democrats are going to pin something else on him to try to impeach him? That's presidential harassment. And it's insane. If you could do that to the president, and by the way, it's done to him by another president because it was started under Barack Hussein Obama. All right, let me finish reading this. I gotta go. He makes several recommendations, including one that the congressional probe should be carried out by a nonpartisan commission of outsiders. He told me in a brief interview that the probe should complement but not replace anything Senator Lindsey Graham does with the Judiciary Committee or anything done by the Justice Department or its Inspector General. As he put it in an interview, he wants an independent commission because we need something the public can trust. And it's true. I'm for this. I'm totally for this, and Democrats should be for this too, right? You know, if you're really interested in justice, right? Who thinks, raise your hand, who thinks Democrats are really interested in justice? Right? Are you kidding me? Who thinks the Democrats are really interested in getting justice out of this? Or are they really interested in just getting Trump? That's the thing. That's the key thing here. Let's make it an independent investigation. So let's look at how this thing started. Whether it leads to Obama, whether it leads to Loretta Lynch, whether it leads to Hillary Clinton, whether it leads to James Comey, whether it leads to Trump. Let's do an independent investigation of this and let the chips fall where they may, because I think that this investigation was started in a criminal manner, meaning that they went and they got FISA warrants on Trump campaign people without any proof of them doing any wrongdoing, just because they wanted to target the opposing candidate. I think we should look into this. And I think America should be more than happy to do this. Of course, you'll find the left will say they don't need to be investigated. Guarantee they only want to investigate Trump. Because Adam Schiffhead, who has now for 2.5 years been telling us that there's collusion in plain sight, and he can't prove anything, and now once the collusion, fable has gone away, or they won't let it go away, but once collusion has been destroyed, now he's saying, hey, the collusion in plain sight was Donald Trump Jr. and the meeting he had with a lawyer. Last I checked, Donald Trump Jr. wasn't running for any office. So what collusion is he talking about, and how exactly does it lead to the president? He can't give you that information because it's all a lie. All right, people, I got to get out of here. My time has run out. I got to get out of here. It's always fun. I know I started a little rough today, but love doing this show. All right, you've been listening to Breaking News, absolutely breaking the news with Harry, a.k.a. The Brave, on WNHH LP 103.5 FM, your home for community radio.
So, you're a philosopher?
Yes. 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 I think very deeply. I think very deeply. I think very deeply. I think very deeply.
In about 4 seconds, a teacher will begin to speak.
I think very deeply.
I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this anymore.